Use the referral link in the description to g2a.com for all of your Xbox codes, PlayStation codes and video games, and be sure to use the code CHES at checkout to get yourself 3% cash back. Hey guys, welcome to episode number 15 of Season 2 here at Southampton. We're slap bang in the middle of the transfer window with Norwich in the FA Cup to start us off. A team that we lost to in the Carabao Cup earlier on this season, so determined to get payback for that. Then we've got Sheffield Wednesday away from home in the Premier League to follow that up. Hopefully in the meantime we'll be able to sell some players on and raise some extra cash. We do still have a number of players on the transfer list: Ryan Seeger, Guido Correa, Marcus Barnes and Alfie Jones. We have about, was it 6 million-ish left in the transfer budget currently? 6.2 with a wage budget of 38,000. Considering, and you guys seem to be pretty much on board with that as well, selling my goalkeeper, Onana, although I do need to get a striker first. Now, one thing that was suggested was maybe trying to get someone in on loan as a striker, just to tide us by, and then we might be able to prioritise elsewhere. Now, of Callum Wilson, you would presume, is starting at Bournemouth. Obviously, he's only 77 rated as well. Muriel might be an option loan-wise. Origi might be an option loan-wise. Ben Yedder will be starting at Sevilla, but that might genuinely mean that we stand a chance of getting Muriel. Nick Pope would be the goalkeeper that you guys reckon I should get as an Onana replacement. He's not as highly rated, but he's more popular with you guys, and hopefully with a little bit of training would soon be up to towards the early 80s. So we'll have to wait and see. I'm going to try Origi first. We'll delegate the loan first. The club has recently acquired the player, so they aren't looking to negotiate his leave. No. He's just come back from loan. That's... Okay. Well, I can't loan Origi. Let's try Muriel. Can I loan... The club isn't interested in loaning the player out. Recently acquired Callum Wilson. Okay, so I can't loan any of the players I've currently got on my shortlist. If there's any strikers you think I could be able to loan, then let me know their names in the comment section down below, and I will contemplate having a look at them with regards to loan. I would still be interested in buying someone like Origi or Ben Yedder or Muriel or maybe not Callum Wilson, but I'd definitely be interested in buying one of these three. Probably of the three, Luis Muriel, actually. We'll have to wait and see what happens. I need to raise the pennies, obviously. Nick Pope is a player I could almost afford as we are right now, but obviously extra player sales will come in handy. Right, let's dive into the game against Norwich then. I shall just quickly auto replace them. I believe that's a suspended Aaron Moy that will be unavailable for this game against Norwich in the Cup. And he should have been replaced on the bench, and he has been by Alex McCarthy. Now, I will throw Oriol Romeu on the bench. And you know what? Let's give Alex McCarthy a game ahead of Onana. He kept 0 clean sheets for me last year, Alex McCarthy. Now would be a great time for him to start keeping the ball out of the back of the net on a consistent basis. Let's see if he can actually do something for me in the first team. Drop the video a like if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further content. Of course, there's plenty for RTG stuff going up as well. We've started the second season now, so check that series out on the channel if you haven't to this point. First up, Norwich in the FA Cup. Right, Norwich, Nelson Oliveira up top, Stephen Naismith, James Maddison played very well against me in the Cup. Alexander Tetty's there as well. 4-1-2-1, no, it's a 5-2-1-2, isn't it? With Hanley, Zimmerman, Closer, Stiepermann and Pinto at the back. I think that's the same formation they played against me last time. It was 4-0 in the Carabao Cup. Let's not do that this time, shall we? Foul. Promise. Richarlison playing at striker again. We'll look for Buffal. Alexander Tetty with me. I'll drill this, looking for Richarlison. And Richarlison would very nearly give us a 1-0 lead. Lovely diving block from Ivo Pinto. Win that header. You're tiny. It's going to drop to someone. That someone is Tim Closer, unfortunately. Naismith gives that straight to Cedric, though. Get it back up wide to Promise. Richarlison, can you come feet for that? Knock it. Oh, well, that would have been a really nice goal if I could have just flicked that round the corner. James Ward-Prowse, so turns the corner well. His shot's blocked by Zimmerman, and it will be another corner for me on that far side. Right, let's see what we can do from this side. Quincy Promise delivers. Score. Skriniar's underneath it, but it's well over. Promise across to Cedric. Down the line to Sofiane Buffal. Little fake Rabona, works some space, cross it in. Ward-Prowse on the volley, kicks it against Richarlison, and it goes out for a goal kick. Why? That's Oliveira. Around the corner to James Maddison. Turns well, stepped in with Ryan Bertrand. Did just enough to put him off. Corner's come in from Maddison himself. He had the effort that went over the bar just 4 or so minutes ago. 2 people underneath that. Neither of which were able to get to it. It seemed close to dominates aerially, but thankfully his header was off target. But he wasn't to be flustered, Stephen Naismith. He's experienced doing him well there. Who's going to get to that first? Alexander Tete. Maddison round the corner. Naismith! No clean sheet for Alex McCarthy. He points... Oh, dear. He pointed straight at Bertrand, who spun around on the spot and shouted back in his face. He was out of position, Bertrand, and the keeper perhaps has a right to be frustrated at him there. See him tuck in for no apparent reason. That leaves Naismith free, but to be fair, it's a very good finish from a narrowing angle from the Scot. We're 1-0 down against Norwich again. Let's not have it be a repeat of last time, thank you. Big switch. He just hugs that far touchline, Ivo Pinto, and he's always seemingly in space. His try ball pulls it back to Maddison, blocked. I think that came off a Norwich man last. It didn't. It will be a corner. Pushing for a second, Norwich City. And they've got the confidence in knowing they've beaten me once already this season. So I appear to have a bit of a bogey team right now in Norwich. I'm kind of hoping that they never actually get promoted to the Premier League in this save. Otherwise... it's probably 2 defeats in the league and no points for me. At the minute, it's no cup progression for me with things as they are, but we'll get that to Promise. I'm just going to let fly and immediately wish that I hadn't. Oh, he's shaking him off well, actually, and Promise is there. Quincy, no! Oh, why would you skip over the ball, you absolute moron? The ball's right there. All he's got to do is either play the pass or shoot, and he's just jumped over it and given possession away. You idiot, Quincy. You scored 10 goals in 3 games a couple of episodes ago, and now you can't even pay attention to the football. What is life? 4 minutes to go till half-time. Still 1-0 Norwich. Oliveira. Naismith again. Bending. Why is Stephen Naismith prime Ronaldo? I don't understand why his finishing is so good. Yes, he was a decent goal scorer back in the day, but... that just kept floating and floating and floating towards the far corner with a man on his shoulder as well, who was actually in the process of trying to challenge him as he took the shot. Unreal. That is a great ping. Out to Stephenman. Brings it down well. Across the back post. Alex McCarthy can only tap it away, but it is away. It is away. In before Naismith just buries that. Oh, good save, Alex. Right, let's actually get it away this time, shall we? Oh my god, I can't pass to my own team. Thankfully, Naismith finally misses the target. Oliveira. Nice little back heel through the gap. Maddison holding me off. Pinto. Slightly deflected. I tried to switch to Højbjerg, but it wouldn't let me, so we'll just race forward here with Sofiane Boufal. Now, can we slot through with Richarlison? Yes, we can. Oh, that is a beautiful goal. We'll take it. Slightly route one with just one long through ball forward, but perfectly executed from Sofiane Boufal and beautifully tucked away first time by Richarlison. We're back in the game with 2-1. I can score against Norwich, apparently. I just need now to do it more than once. Taking Justin Kluivert off, bringing Oriol Romeu on, moving Promise from cam to wide left, then Romeu from the cam to the CDM, and Ward-Prowse from CDM to cam. If that makes sense. Play that around well. Come back centrally again. See Oriol Romeu actually just backed away there into a little bit of space. Ward-Prowse quickly forward to Richarlison. Ward-Prowse will keep that run going. We'll use it as a decoy. Richarlison's not really got the strength there to hold off the man. Give that back to Romeu. Look out wide to Promise, who will look for Ward-Prowse, who might get to that. I'm not sure who actually got the final touch there, but Promise will recover it. I'll just knock it back to Bertrand. Pass it into the middle. Oh, Højbjerg, keep possession. Is that a foul? It is. The last time I tried to... Alright, don't push him. Calm down. Last time I tried to lay it off, it was my right back. Please don't be Cedric again. Actually, no, you know what? I'm going to shoot with Promise. I'm going to shoot with Promise, and we'll see if we can score. 22 yards is... I mean, I was aiming for the left-hand side of the goal, but sure. Keeper tips it over. Corner looped in. Can only punch, win this. knocks it back down. Ward-Prowse will just push around the corner, and he's done well. He's got the space to cross, and at the back post, oh, technique of love from Sofiane Boufal. I like that. A goal and an assist for the Moroccan. We are back on level terms at home against Norwich. As things stand, we're going to a replay, but there's 18 minutes for us to go and get ourselves a win. I want to see a replay of that. The technique was brilliant from Sofiane Boufal. Ward-Prowse just pushing around the outside on his left foot, and that is a really beautiful goal. I will take it. 2-2. Up we go. Why would you go with your feet there? Use your head. Promise. Round the corner to Ward-Prowse. Round the corner to Richarlison. And through that gap is Ryan Bertrand. The left back. Oh, we've completely turned it around. What a finish from a left back. You thought Stephen Naismith's goal scoring quality was right up there. Ryan Bertrand with a peach. Boufal's technique is on point, and just 6 minutes later, the left-back has had enough of defending all game. He wants to get involved at the other end, and does it in some style. We've completely turned it around. Bertrand makes it Southampton 3, Norwich 2. We look like, 2 words, we might be going through in the FA Cup. Mayu, given away. Try to whip it all the way out wide to Boufal. Here's Grant Hanley. Oh no. How has he bent that around the keeper from there? I want to. Oh, it's not the best angle for a replay, to be fair. He's just played it in. Did he hit it first time? He did. He's just bent it. The keeper has tried his best to get across to it. Here we go. This is a better angle. And it's just bent all the way around him into that far corner. Alright. I thought I was going to win it. Apparently I'm not. Right. Well, it's now or never. We go for it. I really don't want a replay, to be honest. I'm pretty much fed up of playing against Norwich. Definitely picking up the bogey team tag. Bertrand round the outside, driving forward here. I'll cross the ball in, and we could get there. Steepman heads behind for a corner. Now I've brought on Carrillo. And oh well, that's nowhere near, not even close to where the little yellow marker was. I had that on the edge of the 6-yard box, and he's whipped it towards the penalty spot. Richarlison. I'll go back to Romeu. We'll go into Carrillo, who's turned not very well, and not even been able to hold the ball up either. Don't even consider it, Norwich. Well, a replay it is. A replay it is. 3-3. There was 4 goals last time, and they were all scored by Norwich. This time, 6 goals and only 3 scored by Norwich. Hell of a game, though. We've had 2 very entertaining games against Norwich. I just haven't yet beaten them. Cambridge lost 2-0 to Bristol City. That's upsetting. Any upsets in there? Just glancing through. Arsenal 1, City 0. It's not really much of an upset. I didn't really get the chance to look at any others. Aaron Moy is available again, which is good news. We'll have a quick train, and then we'll push further forwards towards that game in the league this time. Still no news player sale wise. I'm really struggling to move on the players that I've got on the list. Nobody wants Seager, Carrillo, Barnes or Jones. I'm a little bit stuck at the minute. I need to improve the team, but I don't have the finances available to do it right now. We may genuinely have to look for a loan signing at striker, which is where you guys come in, because I've absolutely no idea off the top of my head who I could look at to even consider loaning. I don't think I've ever even actually loaned anyone in a top tier series before. I have done in like an RTG series with Cambridge in previous years in League 1 and 2, but never in the Premier League have I ever loaned anyone from anyone. So it's a new area for me, but we've got Sheffield Wednesday next. Aaron Moy is available again, but actually... Oh no, I can play my home kit. But actually, I'm going to put Oriol Romeu into the starting lineup ahead of Højbjerg. Yeah, no, I will. But where are you, Oriol? Put you there, and then Romeu ahead of Lamina. Yeah, okay, actually, let's give Kieran Tierney a game as well. That's not exactly what I wanted to do. Let's give Kieran Tierney a game as well. And a couple of people calling for Harris to start, so we'll start him ahead of Hurt as well. And Alex McCarthy can start ahead of Anana again too. Let's see if he can do well in the Premier League. The last time we played Sheffield Wednesday, it was a 4-4 draw. I've just had a 3-3 draw. I'd rather get a victory now, if you don't mind. After facing 5 at the back against Norwich, it's 5 at the five at the back again, this time for Wednesday. Pelopessi in midfield, Grassi and Hutchinson there too, with Hooper and Forestieri up top. Like I say, conceded 4 against them last time. I'd like to avoid that this time if possible. More prowls into Promise. 4 to be foul. We are, rather unsurprisingly, the top goal scorers in the league this season. And Wednesday have one of the best defensive records in the league, which is why it was such a surprise that the first game was 4-4. But I guess last year it was more, not necessarily unrealistic, but more of a shock to see us still be top of the goal scoring charts whilst being in the relegation zone. At least this year we're up near the European. Come on, ref. We're up near the European spots with the best goal scoring record in the league. We've scored 46 to this point. I believe the next highest team was on 36. I don't know what I'm doing with Romeo there. So we've scored 10 more goals than any other team this season. Although we did just a couple of episodes ago just have a splurge of goals in one short purple patch. We got back-to-back 5-1 victories, didn't we? So that's probably swayed it a little bit. But still, we would have been up near the top of that chart regardless. So we are still a threat in front of goal, even though I'm still looking for a striker. I have no idea what's going to happen if we are actually able to bring in a striker this window. Because, like I say, we're already up there with the scoring chance again. Charlie Austin and Quincy Promes leading the way in the Golden Boot race. Charlie Austin obviously trying to win it for the 2nd season in a row. Richarlison, I'm just going to hit this. Oh dear, not doing that again. Back inside to Pelopessi. Did that a couple of times last time. I played Sheffield Wednesday as well. Why has his name got to be that? Promise. In the corner there toward Prowse. Just building slow. Say that. Building slowly. I'm actually going to liven things up now and try and drive into the box for Quincy and kick the ball straight at Kieran Westwood, because that's obviously the best thing to do in that situation. Dickhead Ches. Good ball around the corner to Hunt. Step in. Nicely done by Skriniar, and he's got the strength to brush away to Hunt as well, actually. Get that forward. Will that reach? Richarlison gets there. Hutchinson's their player, Ches. Promise, do I go out wide? I wasn't sure because there's still a number of players there, but Promise made a great run. Quincy Promise, it's a good save by Westwood and kept in by Poodle as well. That is superb goalkeeping and alert defending too. Wednesday are a good team. I'm not sure how they're getting on in the league. I don't think they're doing that well, but whenever we've played against them, they have been difficult to break down, difficult to keep out defensively, and Kieran Westwood has put in a great performance in the opening first half here. Hunt with a throw. Back to Pelopessi. To Forestieri. Nicely out wide to Hooper. Forestieri to Pelopessi again. Romeo does about 17 roly-polies, and Forestieri might get a cross in from out wide here. Quintini marshalling in well. It's Hunt that does get the ball in. Skriniar dominant in the air though, thankfully, as is Oriol Romeo. Right, counter-attack. Off we go. Not committing many men forward, to be fair. Sheffield Wednesday, they know how dangerous we are on the counter, and we might... Oh, good save, Kieran Westwood. Knock that down. Oh, he's not been able to win the header. He's going to drop here to Justin Kluivert, who will look to bend it, and Tom Lees gets in the way, and the keeper keeps it in as well. They're very solid defensively in this one Wednesday. It was 4-4 last time. It might well be 0-0 this time. To be fair, I'm actually going to cut back and come central again. Romeo forward to Richarlison. It's just a case of misdirection, and then that's a lovely ball through to Quincy Promes. Can he... Oh, at last! At last, Quincy even hits the target. And it does go in as well. See what happens, Quincy? You actually kick it between the white sticks. You score goals. All he's done today is kick it over the bar. Oh, keeps it on the floor. We score at last. Finally, away past Kieran Westwood. Sheffield Wednesday 0, Southampton 1. Here's Adam Reach. Driving down the line. Cross could come in. It does, but Ward-Prowse is there. Not that he does it any use whatsoever in actually trying to get rid of it. Thankfully, Skriniar and Harris, sorry, were there. Corner comes in and away. Up, not necessarily away. Forestieri knocks it down to Pelopessi. Grassi, Forestieri, well held, Alex McCarthy. Oh, it's a nice ball forward into Forestieri, and he spun well. Cedric Caught out by Reach, but recovers brilliantly. Half an hour to go here. Corners come in for Sheffield Wednesday. Could this be Alex McCarthy's first clean sheet in a Southampton shirt in this series? The fact that he was my first team keeper for the majority of last season, and we're halfway into season number 2. It's quite baffling to be his first ever clean sheet for me in this save, but it would genuinely be exactly that if we're able to hold on here for a single goal to nil or any win to nil. I'd like to make it more than just the one, just in case. We'll have to wait and see what happens in the remaining 27 minutes or so. Here's Adam Reach into Barry Bannon. Now, I remember him scoring against me at some point with Wednesday, but McCarthy holds on to that very well indeed. Free kick for Wednesday. Forestieri will deliver it. Hopefully Gallagher will be underneath this. His first action on the field coming on at striker is to defend, but if it leads to us keeping the clean sheet, then wonderful. Ward-Prowse does well to hold that up there. Richarlison should not let that for Gallagher. Put that in ahead of Richarlison, and Gallagher might be involved in a goal at the other end after defending at 1. Oh, he's not quite tall enough. If he was 2 metre Peter, then he probably wouldn't have had the pace to get on the end of the cross anyway. Oh, Aaron Moy heads wide. Lees over the top. You can see the amount of Wednesday players just flooding forward now as they look desperately for an equaliser. Gallagher toward Prowse. Oh, Gallagher to try and burst in behind. He's just not made the right run. He's still somehow going to end up in possession, and that will find Ward-Prowse, and then Ward-Prowse won't give us a second goal. Westwood has done very well. Other than the goal that he conceded, he's been superb in goal in this game, and reacting very nicely to Sam Gallagher's near post header there too. Not too many minutes added on, I don't think. 3's enough. Especially on a counter-attack here. 3 is enough to cause me some issues. Van Aken inside to Barry Bannon. Back to Van Aken again. To Barry Bannon again. Good strength shown by Richarlison. Drop back into that winger role now that Sam Gallagher's on up top. And Harris cuts that out nicely, but then overruns it. Forestieri, Hooper, Van Aken. Oh, McCarthy. He just kind of fell over in front of it. We get the win. Alex McCarthy, for the very first time, gets a clean sheet in a Southampton shirt in this save. I can't quite believe I'm saying that after nearly 40 appearances. And he very nearly didn't at the end. He fell over and it just kind of rolled into his lap. We dominated the game. They had more possession, but we clearly dominated chance creation-wise. I'm not sure where they are in the league, Sheffield Wednesday, but that win might move us up into 5th and a Europa League spot. We'll have a quick check. Alex McCarthy's happy. Good, well done on your clean sheet, but let's not get too carried away. Where are we in the league? I still can't believe I haven't had any bids for any of the players on the transfer list. Like, there's nothing I can do transfer-wise unless someone sells, and that win has moved us up into 5th above Manchester City. We've scored more goals than anyone else in the league, and guess what? I've conceded more goals than anyone else in the league. So our record from last season continues. The only difference is we're 5 places from the top rather than 5 places from the bottom. So a big turnaround in form. Really pleased with how this season is going so far. Just need that extra couple of signings to the squad to kick us on to the next level. But it's a long-term series. This is only season 2 of what will be 4-5 seasons. So we'll have to wait and see if we can qualify for the Europa League. The board want top 4. I don't quite think that's going to be realistic for us. But I think a Europa League spot is very much achievable. So I shall try my absolute best to get into the Europa League. Oh, let's advance as far as the Norwich game. See if we do get any bids in. Please. Please. Puppy dog eyes? No, puppy dog eyes don't work. Oh, right. Let me know in the comment section if there's anyone you think I could loan at striker, and I'll have a look and try and do that in the next episode, because it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get anyone in on a permanent deal without being able to sell anyone. And wage-wise, I could basically offer wages to anyone other than Ronaldo and Messi or Neymar. So we have the budget available for a loan, just obviously not for a permanent transfer. So looks like loan options are going to be the way forward for this final 6 months of the season. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further content. We'll have Norwich in the FA Cup replay tomorrow, followed by Everton, and then transfer deadline day. But will we be signing anyone else? It's up to you.